So if you followed the steps in the previous video, you should be at the point where you have several blank versions of this blinkie. On this particular one, I have 7 through 12. It just didn't look good with with fewer boxes than that. So what we're going to do is add a name. And I do this one of two ways. It's different depending on whether someone has requested from me before or not. So I'm going to show you both ways, but I'm going to start with the easier way, which is if they have requested. So I'm going to go ahead and do my own name, and my name has 7 letters, so I'm going to open up the blank version with 7 boxes, open that up in Image Ready. Over in my Optimize panel, of course I'm going to select Perceptual, No Dither, go up to File, jump to Photoshop, and I'm going to go ahead and fit that on the screen. All those are steps you're probably getting pretty used to by now. And what I'm going to do is go to a folder where I save names. And I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. But for now, I'm just going to select my own name and open it up in Photoshop. And what it is just the letters of my name on a transparent layer. So I'm going to select that and copy. And then I'm going to paste that onto the blinkie. And just move the letters down into the boxes. And I don't know how well you can see, but the letters are white with black outline. That's the easiest way to do it if you're going to be saving the names and pasting them onto blinkies. Of course you're going to change the colors to match your blinkies, but it's easiest to start out with white and black. When you go to adjust the color, if you're starting out with a color already, it's very hard to get precisely the shade that you want. So what I'm going to do is go up to my Magic Wand tool and select just the black area, the outline of the letters. And it's very precise, so it'll take you a few tries maybe to get it, but once you get the hang of it, it's not very hard. And go to my paint bucket tool, and I've already selected the color that I want. I didn't want to be sitting here trying to decide, but you would obviously select whatever color you want, hit OK. And then I'm just going to go into the area that we've selected, the little black area outline on the letters, and dump my paint. Go up to Select, Deselect, and then you can see I have white letters with pink outline. So I'm going to go to File, jump to Image Ready, and this is exactly how I want my blinkie to appear. You might want to hit play and just do a double check, but I can already see it's running smooth. It's exactly what I want. So double check the optimized settings, they're correct. File, save optimize as, and I'm just going to call this Unicorn Girl Example. And what I'm going to do now is show you how to do one with a name that you have not had a request before, or a name that I don't have saved. So I'm going to go ahead and X out of here, and then go into Photoshop and X out there as well. And if you X out of one program, it will automatically update it and keep it in the other, so you do have to make sure it's X'd out of both programs. Alright, so here's what we want. Alright, so let's just imagine that this girl, this request I've never had before, has 12 letters in her name. So I'm going to open up the blank that has 12 boxes in Image Ready. And that green screen, I don't know what that is. I don't think that's normal, so that's just my computer. So don't be looking for that. Alright, so we have it open. The optimized box, Perceptual and No Dither, of course. File, jump to Photoshop, that's where I like to work. Get this to fit on my screen here. And we're going to start adding text. So go over to your text tool, and then you want to make sure you have the correct color selected. So I go ahead and set it back to standard, the black and white, but I reverse the order because I want white text. So I'm going to start typing in my very first box, and I'm just going to type the letter A here. And you can't see it very well right now because it's white text on a yellow box. But when I go over here into my Layers panel, I'm going to hit that tiny little F at the bottom and go to Stroke. And the size should be set to 1 pixel. I'm going to select black for my color. Hit OK again. And you can see I have an A with a black outline. I'm going to need to move it a little bit. Now that I can see it better, I can move it exactly to the center of the box. And what you can do is go back up to the text tool and do that for every box. What I find is a little bit quicker is if I go over in my Layers panel, right click on the layer that has my letter, and go to Duplicate Layer, hit OK, and then I can just use the tool here to move that extra A, and then go to the Text tool and adjust it to whatever I need. If I need a B, for instance, and I can center it a little bit better there. And then again, duplicate for my next letter. Again, just move it on over and go to the text tool, and let's make that one a C and center it, and so on and so on. I'm not going to go and fill in 12 of these for you, but you get the idea. Imagine that we have 12 all filled up already, and what we're going to do is go over to the Layers panel, and we want to make invisible the blinkie, the pixel with the boxes. So what we actually just see now are the letters. Then you're going to want to go and select one of those layers over in the panel that has the text. Doesn't matter which one, just select one of them. And we want to make sure we can see all the letters in this person's name. This person is strangely named ABC. We can see the letters in their name. We're going to go up to Layer, Merge Visible. And if you look over in your Layers panel, you now see that you have one layer that has all the text on it. And you can make visible your blinkie again. Now, obviously, we want the letters to match, so we're going to do just what we did before on the layer here with the text. Go ahead and select, and then we would go to our paint bucket, select the color we want, paint that on, select, deselect, and that would be it. We just move on over to Image Ready and save it. The way that I do the name saving, what you would do is a few steps before we turn that pink, right when we hit Merge Visible, what I do is I go ahead and select all on that layer, copy, I go ahead and open up a new whatever you call it, and I go to Edit and Paste, or just my little shortcut there. Let me make this bigger so you can see what I have. Basically, I have ABC, I have the name. So I go to File and Save As, and I save this as a PNG. So I just save it as ABC, and I would go ahead and hit Save. I'm not gonna do that. I doubt I'll get any requests for that, but that's basically what you would do. So when you go to open up a name, this is what it would look like. You have a transparent layer with just your letters. And since we have this pulled up big here, I'll just show you what we were doing earlier with this magic wand tool. Here we were selecting just the black, and then going to our paint bucket tool and hovering over just the black and painting in with the pink. And then that's how we did that. Alright, so I'm going to X out of that for you. And I think that's it. I'm going to go into Image Ready and make sure I have everything closed out. That's it.